In this video, we'll be talking about a part of real analysis which deal with supremum and infimum. Note that this part of analysis that we'll be talking about is under sequence in real analysis. What is meaning of sequence? A sequence of a real number is any function A such that natural number maps with what? Real number. That is meaning of a sequence. Now, we want to talk about supremum and infimum. There is no way you can talk about supremum without talking about what is called upper bounds. Now, first of all, let's go about the upper bound. Let A be a subset of real number. Now, I'm going to use a formal way to make us understand what supremum is. Now, let A be a subset of what? Real number. Now, we can say B is an element of real number and B is an upper bound for A. You know, we said let A be a subset of what? Real number. That means we're talking about upper bound. Upper bound is a particular number which is a real number and also can also be in A, but it is not compulsory. Please note that. We can say B is a member of what? Real number or an element of real number, and B is an upper bound for A. If for all S is an element of A such that S is less than B. Now, let me use example to explain this. You know, we have already given a formal definition of upper bounds. Now, we'll use one example to explain what it really means. Now, let A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now, we said we can say B is a member of what? Real number. Don't forget that all these are part of what? Real number and also part of what? Natural number. And B is an upper bound for A if and only if for all X. What is the meaning of for all X? These are X. Let's say S1, X2, S3, S4, S5. These are what? They are X. Which are element of what? A. Such that S is less than or equal to what? B. And what is that B? The upper bound. That means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 till n, which is unknown, is upper bound of what? Of this set A. I hope you get the meaning of upper bound now. Upper bound is just using this definition, you're going to get upper bound. Now, for any set, upper bound is not compulsory to be an element of that set. It is not compulsory to be an element. You can see that 6 is not an element of what? Of A, but 6 is among the what? Upper bound. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. You notice that 7 is not part of what? This set. 5 is part of this set. Now, I can even say 5.5 is also what? Upper bound of this, because you notice that for all X, they are very, or let me say they are small to what? 5.5. You can see that 5 is less than what? 5.5, which is the criteria to use for what? Upper bounds. Now, you know, we've talked about upper bounds, and I know you have knowledge about upper bounds. There is no way you want to talk about upper bound that you won't talk about lower bounds. Now, let's go over lower bounds. it is almost the same thing, but we are going to just change a little thing in that definition. Now we can say B is an element of R and B is an or is a lower bound for A if for all x is an element of A such that, now you know here we have s is less than this, right? Such that what we want to do here is when something is lower, that means it is low to all the elements such that s is greater than what? B. That is how to get your what? Your lower bounds. Now for example, let's say you have A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, we have talked about the upper bounds of this. Now let's talk about the lower bound. Lower bound, what are the elements or what are the numbers that are lower to this? 0, 0.9 is part, 0, 0.9, minus 10 is there, minus 100, minus 1 million. It is there. But don't forget that for all s is an element of what? A, such that s greater than what? B. That means all the elements that is here, they must be greater than what? Than the lower bound. So what are the lower bound of this one? Let's rewrite 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, dot dot dot. I can say minus 0.9 is there, minus 9 is there, and so on and so forth. So that is what we mean, or what is what we can say about upper bounds and what? Lower bounds. So please, you will see the description to the next video, which is on supremum and infimum. Kindly subscribe to this channel.